Imagine being able to learn anything 10 times faster. Sounds impossible, right? Well, it's not. In fact, research shows that the brain can process information up to 5 times faster than we realize. The Journal of Neuroscience states that our brains have the ability to absorb new skills and knowledge more rapidly when we use the right methods. And what if I told you that storytelling could be one of the fastest ways to learn anything? Think about it, stories have been part of human communication for thousands of years. In fact, studies reveal that people remember stories 22 times better than simple facts. When you tell a story, your brain connects emotions, memories, and lessons in ways that plain data can't. That's the magic behind storytelling. It's not just about sharing a narrative, it's about using a powerful tool that sticks with you long after the story ends. In this video, we're going to show you how to use storytelling to learn faster and become a master storyteller yourself. You'll discover techniques that have been used by top performers, from best-selling authors to world-class speakers. You'll learn how to build your story vault, hack your brain to remember anything instantly, and transform everyday moments into unforgettable tales. Ready to unlock the secret? Stick around, because we're just getting started. Chapter 1: Unlocking your inner story vault. Discover the hidden power of memory. The best stories live inside your memory. The problem? Most of us don't know how to store them properly. A key to storytelling is building what I call a story vault in your mind. Imagine you could store every plot twist, character arc, and emotion in its own compartment. Well, you can. Studies show that using memory techniques like chunking or associating stories with physical spaces can make it easier to recall details. The more vivid your mental vault, the faster you can pull out the perfect story for any moment. Just like the famous method of loci, which dates back to ancient Greece, this technique helps link new information with a place in your mind. Try this. Visualize a place you're familiar with, like your home. Assign different parts of your home to different plot elements. Your living room could hold the setting, your kitchen could store emotions, and your bedroom could house the climax. By practicing this method, your ability to recall stories quickly will improve tenfold. Chapter 2: The 5-minute brain hack. Transform any experience into a story. You can turn anything into a story, and it only takes 5 minutes. You don't need to wait for inspiration to strike. By practicing this quick hack, you'll be able to turn even a trip to the grocery store into an engaging story. Start by identifying 3 key elements: a conflict, a character, and a resolution. For example, maybe you're looking for eggs, but the store is out. Your character: you. The conflict: no eggs in sight. The resolution: finding the last carton in the back. You now have a complete story that took just seconds to create. In fact, neuroscientists say stories activate areas of the brain involved in emotion, memory, and problem solving. Just 5 minutes of focusing on these elements can train your brain to recognize stories everywhere. It's an easy way to practice on the go. Chapter 3: The fast-track plot builder. Crafting a world in 3 minutes. A great story begins with a solid world, but building one can feel like a daunting task. The secret is to break it down into 3 core components. The first is your setting. Where does the story happen? Next, the characters. Who's involved? Finally, the conflict. What's the problem they're trying to solve? These 3 elements form the backbone of any good plot. In just 3 minutes, you can sketch a story that feels rich and immersive. Take, for example, a quick science fiction story. A lonely astronaut, character, trapped on a dying planet, setting, must find a way to escape before the oxygen runs out, conflict. This simple, time-efficient method lets you create entire worlds in no time. With practice, you'll start producing stories as fast as you can think them up, without getting bogged down in details. Quick reminder: if you're finding these tips helpful, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more storytelling secrets. Chapter 4: The Speed Story Method. Accelerate your skill by 10x with one simple trick. Imagine if you could accelerate your storytelling by 10 times. Well, you can. The secret is entering the flow state, a mental zone where you're fully immersed in creativity. According to research by Dr. Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, people in flow can achieve extraordinary results in a fraction of the time. To get there, try this technique. Before you start writing or speaking your story, take a few minutes to do deep breathing exercises. This will help reduce stress and prime your brain for creativity. Once you're relaxed, let your mind flow freely. Don't worry about perfection. The key is to let ideas pour out naturally. This method cuts through mental roadblocks and lets you produce quality stories faster than you thought possible. So, the next time you feel stuck, try entering a flow state and watch your stories come alive with ease. Chapter 5, The Storytelling Time Warp, How to Compress Years of Experience into Hours. Wouldn't it be amazing to condense years of storytelling experience into just hours? You can actually do this by learning from the masters. By analyzing the structure and techniques used by successful authors, filmmakers, and speakers, you can fast-track your growth. Take a page from the book The Storytelling Animal by Jonathan Gottschall, where he explains that stories have been a part of human evolution for thousands of years. The human brain is wired for storytelling. It's one of the most efficient ways we process information. By breaking down the works of great storytellers, you can absorb the essence of their craft in a fraction of the time it took them to develop it. For instance, watch how a movie builds tension or notice how a novel develops character depth. These are the secrets that professionals use to captivate audiences. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just learn from those who've mastered it. Chapter 6, Emotional Alchemy, How to Make Your Stories Stick Like Superglue. The most unforgettable stories aren't the ones with the most action, they're the ones that tug at your heartstrings. Emotions make stories stick. Research from the Journal of Consumer Research shows that emotionally charged content is 22 times more likely to be remembered than neutral content. The trick is to learn how to inject emotion into your stories in a way that feels natural. Whether it's love, fear, or joy, emotional connection is key. Start by identifying an emotion at the heart of your story. Then, build the narrative around it. For instance, in a story about a character facing a challenge, highlight the internal struggle they face. How does the challenge make them feel? How do they overcome it? Emotion not only makes a story memorable, it also makes it relatable. Use emotional triggers throughout your story to create a bond with your audience. Once you do, your stories will stick like superglue. Before you go, make sure you subscribed. Stay tuned for even more tips on how to become a master storyteller and accelerate your learning.